Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So you'll notice, Freddy here has got some new gear, as well as the enemies are missing. So yeah, no, I just went through and cleared the guys to make the run back easier, because this boss is going to take us a while. And where we got the new duds is the merchant. In the basic town. Apparently, when you beat bosses, he'll have new stuff. I assume that's how it works. So, after this boss, we'll check back with him. But I was able to buy this new armor.
I'm glad to see you safe.
So he's got shields. And new armor. So his standard helm, I bought the Elite Knight helm, Elite Knight armor, except for the helmet. I think it's the best armor he's got unavailable. 7,400. Yeah, no. So we've got the best armor we can have at the moment.
Always open for business.
Except for the bell helmet. Because I don't think a helmet is going to be like the point that tips us over being dying or not. And I like having looks for characters. Like the armor and whatnot can change. But I like the idea of Frederick having a stupid bell helmet. And anytime he gets hit in the head, I'm gonna use the bell noise like I did in that last video. But I looked around town a little more. Still can't get into the church. I don't think I've checked the higher up halls. But there's a cat in this place, and it said talk. I don't know if it's gonna meow or actually talk. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually... Oh, it's sitting. It was loafing on the table, but now he's actually sitting at the desk.
Oh.
And he talks.
Undead,
Or she talks.
And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
Absorb HP from defeated foe. Reduce damage from falling. Cat ring. Shocker. Easier to be detected by enemies. Easier to connect with players whose shows the same god. Can hear the voices of foes? I'm not sure if... So that's not... So these two... Well, this one is for cooperation. I assume this is easier to join. You're more likely to be summoned. But I don't know if this is not part of PvP or something. Or cooperation, so I don't know. Alright.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful?
Alright.
Nothing suited you, I presume? Well, that's dismaying.
Okay. No, I wanted to be polite and close the door. I don't want to spend any more time with the cat, whose name I forgot. I was more perplexed by the fact they were talking. And the items they were selling. So I still think... Nothing up here. There's a treasure chest. Yeah, no. So we've leveled up magic a little bit. I I bought Cast Light from the Rude Sorcerer. I've not checked back with the Wizard over here. I think he's up here. Right? Yeah. You sell any more spells?
Oh, there you...
Nothing new.
One day, my teachings will save you.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I really needed to buy a new, wand. Alright, okay, this is the closest one. So enough dilly-dallying. Let's go die the lost, sinner again. Or maybe we won't, Maybe we'll be A-okay. Hopefully. I've not attempted him since. I've just cleared out these guys and leveled up. It didn't take very long. It also didn't take that long to level up, since the sentry boss that became a regular enemy, which I know they do that in the Souls games, but I expect them to do it a little later. Like in Dark Souls 1, they reused the Capra and Taurus demon in, like, Lost Izalith, which is pretty far away from where they're used. But, like, the previous boss was that one. But, oh well. If that's how the game wants to utilize its models, so be it. It was pretty good for farming. They gave 2,000 souls a hit. 2,500 souls. I wonder if we can get in that tower. I typically have. I know I'm stalling, but I'm interested. It's uncommon to find a thing in the skybox that you cannot get into.
Light!
I wonder if this game breaks that pattern. I'd be disappointed if it did, but still interested. Because it's, like, it's just purely for what they want to do artistically, instead of for gameplay. Still kind of learning his pattern and when it's safe to attack. I still think the two-roll system works pretty well. Wait, hang on, maybe it... Well, he has jumped out of our sight, but we can lock on much... I think light was playing a factor in us, like, not being able to lock onto him is easier. This thing's got a time limit. However, I did buy a ring. Uh-oh. Hold on there, old sport. No, what the... What have I got equipped?
Light!
Okay, please don't let the... Ooh, it almost happened. I said last episode, what if... I, like... Oh, it didn't happen. Okay. What if I use Cast Light and the moment we're stationary, he kills us? Okay. I bought... It wasn't Slumbering Dragon Crest ring, but it was a ring that increased spell lengths. I don't think I've got it equipped. Ring of Bonding... What is this? I wanted to see what that did. Okay, no, that's required. Alright. Should not be this hard to navigate. I should not be having this much trouble. It's not hard. Shortens casting time. That's pretty good. I don't think that's important. It can't be that much health. And extends the length of the spell. Alright. So, it's gonna last, I don't know how much longer, but being able to lock onto the boss, which I'm certain the light affects that. Oh, we gotta do this again. I'm certain the light affects if you're able to lock onto them, because he was Well, like, it kept going out of our vision for some damn reason last episode. But that's not going to happen this time. Going through the run back without any enemies is such an interesting experience, I have to say. Because, provided you're not on a cliff, there's really no hazard. There's nothing that can make the boss harder. It's really just time that gets eaten away at each attempt. And I'm kind of okay with that. I also like to imagine that Crane here, during the walk back, is kind of psyching himself up. He's just going, alright, let's run back through our, he's got the path attempt ringing around in the bell. So it's interesting. I will admit, it's pretty cheap for every boss to just kill every enemy that's there to make it easier. Uh-oh. Wait, that still got him. But whatever. This is my playthrough. Alright, it's beneficial to Crane here. Ow. Oh, that's... That thrust has some range to it that I don't think it should. I think we're clear for a hit. What? Okay, well that was a Radiant Life Gem gone. We did so better. What is written on the floor? He's got messages on the floor. Oh well. I think it's better to roll into him than away from him. And the timing on that roll is important. I know we probably have to level up some... I think it's adaptability. And another thing, we probably ought to start sending this back up. I feel like sending it back up, though, is an admission that this attempt is gonna go poorly. It's... But you could be like, well, locking your door is not an admission that it's going to get robbed. It's just as a just in case, but it's, I don't know. Alright, I'll send it back up. However, this will be the one. I'm very tempted to use Cast Light on, yeah, I did the right location. Just now, so we can get a feel for how long it lasts. I think it's maybe 30 seconds as is, and it might be a minute with the ring. I could be wrong. I've not looked into it. I'm really just going on my gut here. But whatever. My gut has not led us astray yet, Crane.
Light!
One thing, I'm kind of putting all my trust into the lock-on, because at certain... That has got some goddamn range. At certain points, the glow of Cast Light blocks my vision of him. Oh, you definitely roll into him when he does the lunge. But not a side swing. Youch. Are those our footsteps or his? I think those are ours because they don't suddenly begin. Because he just leapt. We're gonna get this, though. I'm still iffy on sending the lift back. Because we had that security net in the back of our mind going, we can do a little poorly. And I don't know. I always seem to do the best the first time, and then subsequent attempts get worse and worse. Oh well. We are getting him down, and we know we have to, he's shocker, he's a little harder to learn the pattern of than Dragon Rider. Dragon Rider was roll into him, dodge twice, or roll into him, roll again to get space to cast, and then cast. This guy is roll into him, specifically on the lunge. Roll into him on the lunge, I think roll backwards, or maybe sideways.
Light!
On the swipe. And for that nasty, nasty jump, definitely backwards, but make sure you... Hi. Well, that one was just kind of sad. Elite Knight Armor, I think I've heard of that. Something that would definitely help is having more stamina. We light roll. I upgraded our vitality, which is our equip load, so that we light roll. I made sure of that. But I didn't really take care to upgrade our stamina as much. I did upgrade it a few ticks, but probably not as much as Freddy here needs. Especially for this guy. I'm not quite... I'm trying to word it. I don't want to say that this guy is like Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3, where he, like, eats your stamina away constantly. Because he's not. There's some breathing room. But Dark Souls 3 has a lot of bosses that you really gotta be conscious of your stamina with. I mean, every boss you gotta be conscious of. That's how the combat is designed. But there's a lot of bosses in that in which you have to definitely... I didn't do Cast Light, because I was going on a damn tangent. Is it gonna happen? It almost happened. It so almost happened. I'm gonna Kazur the Sip. Why is this guy even mad at us? I'm so annoyed by... This is not... that was my fault for, like, spacing. But it's a little thing that adds up. You can't hold on the D-pad to get back to your first selected thing. If I go... I'm holding down. It doesn't suddenly appear on S's Flask. I don't know if that's in Dark Souls 1, but it is in subsequent games. And it sure as hell ain't in this one. Alright. What was that? Perhaps it's commentating. Commentating and fighting the boss at the same time are a little hard, to say the least. But I also want to try and be entertaining. That's half the job. Here, Freddy, why don't you pick up some of the slack? I'm not going to say anything during this boss fight. Alright? You're always so talkative. Well, now you can really shine. Once we get in the boss, though. Alright? Pipe down now.
Okay. You got a deal, mister.
Alright, be sure to cast it this time.
Light!
The people who know me best will not be surprised by what I'm about to tell you. I am not a man who betrays his principles. I am not a man who misleads his listeners, and I am not a man who will shrink from fight. Today I find myself in a fight over the content of my show, rather than truckle to the forces of commercialism. I've decided to take a stand on principle, even if it means...
That wasn't funny.
Okay, that one went really well, but suffered a fatal flaw. I can't seem to get it through my skull that casting is not X sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know what game I picked this up on. But I keep hitting X to use Estus, or whatever is in my pocket here, to cast. That's what I did for this. Another thing is we gotta kill him before cast light goes out, because we are stationary for a bit there, and it's harder to tell what he's up to. But to kind of tap the fourth wall and show behind the curtain, as it were, I think that that works well for, because I can use Fraser talking. Like, I don't think people have such abysmal attention spans that if I don't talk for a little bit during a boss fight, they're gonna click off. But I don't know. It's nice to know I can still kind of show some personality in my editing style when I can't talk.
Light!
Roll into him during that. Also, during the previous attempt, for the first time I didn't talk, I misused an Estus. I really should have done a life gem for that. Or just not healed at all. Okay, I know I can get this. Alright. Come on. Come on. Okay. I certainly need to find a new staff. That is definitely... Like, this thing can only scale so much with intelligence, and if we have one that scales with intelligence, we're going to be doing so much more damage. And then we can level up intelligence, which will give us, I think, more cast uses for our picked spells. That might be attunement. Either intelligence or attunement raises the number of casts you get per spell, because it wasn't always 30. It was once... it used to be 30, now it's 31. I haven't seen any such increase, but I know it's possible. Alright, I'm gonna zip my lip now. Should I even proceed? Like, this is gonna go horribly.
I think this is gonna be all right. I've just figured out something. You know, maybe you can't stop bullies from attacking you. But the only way they win is if they change who you are. And I'll tell you something, let them do their worst. They will not knock the bowler off of this head.
I am gonna... This doesn't really affect Freddy now, since we can't even see his hair. But there's your hairline back, Freddy. Maybe this boost... we're gonna give it one more chance, because I don't want the entire video... Well, the entire video is fighting this one boss. Oh, I didn't know you could see his fingers. Well, we'll see if this little bit of health and apparently showing off that Freddy was wearing fingerless gloves this entire time, which I didn't realize. You can even see a bit of his forearm there. I'm sure that makes him feel very valued, but I didn't even realize he was showing skin.
I hadn't noticed.
I thought that was leather. This time we've got it, Crane. Alright? We can get invaded whilst human. I mean, I think we can get invaded whilst not human, because I was invaded while grinding a few episodes ago. Off screen. I'll explain that story another time.
light!
Please! I am not the enemy. I am your champion. I'd say we've been trod upon long enough by people who are supposed to be providing our services, by the postmen who mix about deliveries, by the telephone repairmen who swear to be there between 9 and noon and yet arrive at 12:47 when you're wearing nothing but a towel and a handful of shampoo. Well, enough!
Come on, Crane! Just as the light goes out, so too does his. Oh.
I won the day.
There we go. Please let there be a bonfire. Like, right after. Come on. Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's the way we came. Okay. I don't want to lose 45,000 souls. Scared by a ghost. Elizabeth Mushroom. Yeah, I figured. Still, always good to check, though. This is a huge room. Sinner's Bonfire. Light the primal bonfire. Primal bonfire was rekindled? Return to the far fire. What, go back to the... hi. Did I do something wrong?
You have acquired the soul of an old one. That is more than most undead can say.
Cool. We definitely need stamina. And... yeah, I'm good with that. Now, let's see if those shopkeep's got anything new for us. Anything new in town as well.
I'm glad to see you safe.
I don't think so. Oh, hang on. Oh, he's got boss armor. Personal, penal handcuffs. Does that work like his? Where you could, like, you can only two-hand stuff?
Have you seen that warrior lugging that giant blue sword about?
What?
I'm no expert, but that appears to be a fine specimen. The monstrous thing has a peculiar design, quite unlike anything found in Volgan. If you should speak to him, would you ask him if he won't sell it? I'd have to take another look, but I'm confident I could offer quite a price. Always open for business.
Okay, the what? Who are you talking about? There's some new guy in town? With a blue sword? Still locked. Alright. In the tent? No. Not near this guy. We haven't found the key yet. Does he mean the crestfallen dude? See, have you got anything new?
Your visit is welcome. I trust you've kept up your studies.
No.
One day,
Yeah, okay. Hang on, I know the video's getting on. I don't think he means this guy. Yeah, that's not blue. Whatever. Well, we were able to beat a boss. Another one, I mean. Eventually. So, a bit of a long episode, but we finally did it. Anywho, thank you for watching, and goodbye.